So today we will be doing an experiment using an Arduino microcontroller and some LEDs and some resistors and some jumper wires, and we'll make a circuit using this breadboard where we will see that by giving a set of instructions to this Arduino microcontroller, how we can augment or change the outputs. Apart from these ingredients, what we need is a laptop or a computer, and in it we want the Arduino IDE to be installed. So let's make the circuit. Okay, so before we do any proper practical, we must find out whether our hypothesis is correct or not. So we have come to Tinkercad and we'll create a new circuit. As you can see, this is our dashboard or playground. There are many components here. If you click on the all, you get everything. If you click on the Arduino, you get all Arduino related components and even some ready-made circuit boards. So we'll select basic for now. Now these are the colors for wires and these are the connectors for wires. We'll change the name to LED Train. Now this is the code section now which is empty. So we'll look for Arduino with a ready-made breadboard setup. We can't find here, so we'll go to Arduino and we'll select the first option which is written breadboard. You should drag and drop it on the playground, and here is your breadboard with an Arduino connected to it. As you can see, the ground connection is already made, and you can make a new wire from any point. Now let's visit the code. See over here, it's not really code, it's just blocks. So this is one way of representation. Then there is blocks plus text, which is the blocks beside, and a text code beside, which is written in C++. We want only text, that is only code. There will be a prompt, select continue. So in this Arduino microcontroller, as you can see, there is a GND pin. This GND stands for ground. So we will first make a ground channel using one of these jumper wires. By making this connection, this entire line becomes ground. Now for this simple circuit, we don't need these input pins, we do not even need this 5-volt pins. So we can just simply use these pins to show what we want to show. Now for an LED, the longer limb is called an anode and the shorter limb is called an cathode. So with an anode, we will join a resistor such that this Arduino board only gives the necessary amount of current to the LED, and this does not get destroyed. Now it is pertinent to mention here that these resistors are not 220 ohm resistors, but instead it is a 5 kilo ohm resistor. All of these are. Now similarly, we are going to do this for the rest of the LEDs. As you can see, all these LEDs are nicely placed. To make sure there is no loose connection, just press 1 or 2 times and make sure the ends of the resistors are firmly placed in. Now, we will connect these jumper wires to each of these cathode channels and with these pins. To make these things a bit nicer, I have color coded. Now the circuit is ready. So all we have to do is now connect this. We are using jumper wires here but you can directly connect one end of the LED to that blue line. And it is done. Now this circuit is complete. Arduino with a computer which has the IDE installed in it, and then we will push the code here. Now let's write the code. We are writing the code to first define the range of pins. We are defining the first pins as 3. And we are defining the last pin as 7. A quick couple of things I need to explain is that constant are the variables which are immutable, and int is the data type of the variable whose name is first pin, and it has been assigned 3. And also one more thing, that we are ending all the instructions with a semicolon. Now the setup. We'll write void setup, open bracket, close bracket, and second parenthesis open to write the function in. Void is a return type. We are not returning anything here. That is why the return type is void. And setup is an inbuilt function. Now we are defining a for loop inside. For int equals to first pin, we are setting a for loop here. For int I equals to first pin, where I less than equals to last pin, and I should be incremented by 1. Now inside, we're going to write pin mode I, output. Output needs to be written all caps. Now we'll define the loop. Void loop again, because we do not have any return value. So our return type has to be void. Again, we're defining a for loop inside, where int I equals to first pin, where I is less than equals to last pin, and I is incremented by 1. Now we are going to properly write the output. So digitalWrite is an inbuilt function where we are going to use that, and we are going to set it as high in the beginning. Then we'll add a delay, which is 500 milliseconds, and then again we will make the light dim by setting the voltage at low. Now let's see if this code works or not. First, let me make some comments to understand later. Now let's see if it works or not. Now let's see if it works or not. So let's see what errors I have made. First error is that I forgot to write int I equals to first pin. Why that is important is because int equals to first pin does not make any sense. Int I means I is a variable whose data type is int, and that has to be first pin. Again mistake. Let's see where have I made another mistake. I can see that the last pin has a capital L, but in the initiation, I made the last pin as small l. So in C++, we have to remember that the name of the variable has to be exactly same. So it is very, very case sensitive. Wow, it works. Now, this is a one-directional pin flow. But what if, see, it goes here and the comebacks and goes again. But what if I want it goes back and forth? So, just I have to change the initiators. Instead of first pin, that will be last pin, and instead of last pin, that will be first pin. So let's copy this piece of code and paste it here and make the necessary changes. I'll just add some delay in between. Say 300 milliseconds. Let's make the first pin as last pin. Let's make the clause as greater than equal to and make the last pin as first pin. And let's make the increment decrement by 1. And now let's see if it works or not. I think I have made another mistake. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to add the semicolon. Now let's see if it works or not. Wow, it works. Now let's push this code to the real Arduino we had set up in the table. Let's open up Arduino IDE. So this is what it comes from the beginning. We'll delete it and we'll paste our own code. We'll select the board and then we'll verify if everything works correctly or not. The sketch is being compiling and it has compiled successfully. There has been no errors. Now we'll push the code. And now the code has been uploaded to the real Arduino. Now let's see if it works nicely or not. As you can see, the LED train is happening. The yellow light is feebly lighting up. Other than that, everything is working fine.